When to harvest our honey. For 90% of the beekeepers, you should be harvesting your honey right now. When we look at geographical maps, such as the upper Northeast, that would be upstate New York, the Poconos in Pennsylvania, Vermont, New Hampshire, and most of Maine. Those areas, they still have the summer nectar going, and they will actually start seeing that curving off in the next 2 to 3 weeks. When we're looking in the upper Midwest, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan, those 3 states still have really red clover is really popular right now up there with them. That will also be going 2 to 3 more weeks. But everybody south of that, you should be harvesting your honey right now. I want to get into a little bit understanding how uncapped honey needs to be left or be harvested from the hive. Uncapped honey has 2 different reasons. One, the moisture in the nectar is above 18%. You cannot harvest that frame. All right, so this is capped honey, and we all know what that looks like. Now, let's go ahead and look at the uncapped next. So this might be on the edges of that frame of honey. One thing that I like to do is take it and just do a quick shake like that. If you see little droplets of nectar hitting your outer cover, then that tells you that the moisture content is far too high and you cannot harvest that as of this time. So that would have to go back into the hive to get the remaining moisture out of that nectar to turn it into honey. The second issue that you have is the bees are going to begin to eat through the honey stores if you leave it. This would be a typical thing that we would see during nectar flow. When nectar flow ends or is extremely limited as it is right now, then the bees will start uncapping it and eating it as they need during this dearth that's happening. The nectar that is above 18%, you have to leave that frame in the hive to dry out further. That also, you can come back in a week or 2 and check it again. If you don't see any droplets when you just do one quick shake of that frame, then you're good to go. Go on ahead and harvest it, and you'll have great honey from that there. You can use the frame shake method as much as you want to determine the moisture content of uncapped honey. They do have the moisture scope that you can use, but trying to do that with gloves on and honey on your gloves, it gets all gummed up. So what I found was the shake method is absolutely the best when it comes to determining what to harvest and what to leave. Remember, when you're extracting your honey, to keep the ambient warmth above 90 degrees to allow faster extraction. Part of this reason is how the viscosity or thickness of the honey is. It will not flow out of those cells very easily, even at high speeds of your extractor. So it's just really important that your frames have been in 90-degree heat for, I would say, at least an hour or 2. Then when you get in there, you'll be ready to extract and extract fairly quickly.
Darla from Kingston, New York. Do you know where Kingston is?
Yes, I do.
Okay. How can I tell if my hive has enough honey stores for the winter?
What I would suggest is leaving at least one medium super of honey for your bees during the winter months. Now, you got to get behind it and just gently pick it up from the back side. And when you do that, you'll feel the weight. Remember what that weight feels like, because you're going to come back again in December, January, and February, and maybe even March to ensure that there is enough food stores within the hive. Now, given you should be feeding during this time also, because the bees do need that hydration.